What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Live with Likely. My name's Nick Sakis, and here my fearless co-host, Mr. Brad McDaniel. We are both tired. Brad never sleeps. We always talk about that. I think he actually might have artificial intelligence in his brain, keeping him awake all the time. I have sick kids at home, so we have the snot running issue at my house, which is why I didn't sleep. But we're here to drop some information for you. But before we get into the show, Mr. Brad McDaniel, let everybody know how you're doing and what's going on, buddy.
Thanks for asking, man. I'm really been excited recently. With a lot of the advancements that we made, along with companies like OpenAI that we've been working with for a long time. I think that there should be real optimism within the real estate industry that people go, oh, they're going to steal my job. That was kind of the initial reaction, but now I think people are starting to understand that. I don't think AI is going to steal a realtor's job, right? But I do strongly believe that a realtor using AI will take your job if you don't. And so the fact that we have tools that can help and we can, evangelize other tools gets me excited.
Nice. You heard about the new realtor designation that's going around, right?
No,
the
what's
new
that?
class. It's called a PE. And for those of you that don't understand or don't know yet, it's a brand new designation that realtors like literally all over the United States are signing up for, and it's called prompt engineering. I think everybody's gotten so excited about CHAT GPT, and then they get involved with it and they go, I don't have time to be a part-time prompt engineer and try to figure out in all these Facebook groups and who's got the best prompt. And, it's like the new Facebook ad. Like everybody was all excited about Facebook ads. I mean, Facebook ads still work, but it was like, who's got the best ad? I got to listen to this podcast and do what home valuation. And it's like, who's got the best prompt? It's the new thing, and it's taking over people's lives. And the conversations I have with agents are just like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this. Like, this is way more information than I need to know.
Well, I think that there's a simple thing to remember about this, right? I mean, you can get really complicated in the prompt engineering side, which we've done for things we do. But if you just want to go and use a simple prompt, do at least these two things. Tell it who it is for this task and what the task is. So if you're writing a press release, type in, you are a PR expert, and your task is to write a press release about, then go into detail. Right. Yeah. Or if you're trying to do a social media post, hey, you are a social media influencer or a social media marketer, manager, whatever you want to call it. And your task is to write a, task, right? If you if you just at least do that, you're going to get a lot better responses. Now, if you want to have much more detailed information, that's when you need to start actually adding in all of the additional data, like Infused, like we've done. But do those two things. Tell it who it is, where it is, and the task it needs to do. And that will get you much better things.
That's a great tip. That's a hot tip coming from Mr. AI himself. So I hope you guys wrote that down. If you didn't, you got to watch the replay and put #replay and then give us the notes. But the reason I said that, kind of obviously joking about the PE designation, is because there's been a lot of buzz the past week or so with CHAT GPT. And if you haven't heard of what CHAT GPT is as of now, right, it's OpenAI's platform for chat communication. And so it's been kind of the buzz. People have been getting really excited about it. But then it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, they launched the integrations where everybody could integrate with CHAT GPT. And then the whole internet went crazy. Like, oh, well, you can have basically a CHAT GPT travel agent book all these things for you and actually go out on the internet. And so it was all this buzz. And so I wanted to bring that up today and talk to Brad. So be my the voice through Brad to kind of give you guys an idea of what's been going on with these extensions, like how companies are going to use these extensions, and then how we are different. So how is Likely.AI? Because everybody's saying, oh, we have CHAT GPT integration now. It's almost like it's not cool anymore because everybody's saying it, right? A lot of tech companies are like, yeah, we have CHAT GPT. Our main focus at Likely is not CHAT GPT. We use it as a bonus. We are integrating other things like our real estate artificial intelligence into it to make it smarter, which is what we're going to go over today, to show you guys that we're not just giving you a CHAT GPT extension that would be basically useless, right? We're going to show you how exactly we're different. But I wanted Brad to kind of touch on that and kind of go over like, what does it mean? What do the extensions mean? How are the connections made? And then what are we doing on the back end to make this not have to feel so heavy, to where you're a real estate agent and you can just focus on real estate and not have to worry about becoming a part-time prompt engineer?
Sure. So I think it's the simplest way to think about it is when Chat GPT came on the scene and the large language models that we all kind of now understand a little bit, is that there's a lot of point solutions that sprung up overnight that did one thing, that used one part of a large language model and was kind of cool. You know, someone stood up a site, made it look cool, but it wasn't really a solution. It was a point solution. And then what you see with these extensions is the natural evolution of a product like this, where the big boys are paying to play and they're integrating artificial intelligence into something that wasn't enabled before. So take Microsoft, right? Now you have it in Excel. Now you have it in Word. Now you have it in, presentations. Like you're going to see that across everything. It's in Canva. It's so these things that only did an image or only did that, they're all going to eventually die, right? They're going to be just consolidated. Like they're not going to. I don't even think they're going to be consolidated. They're probably just going to go out of business because the business for OpenAI, they want to be for profit, is to maximize that by going to the guys who already have the most to spend, right? So they're not going to play with every startup out there and let them go. Now, how does that differentiate between us and everybody else, right? We started with our own proprietary models and we leverage that as our core value prop. And then we inject pieces of that into Chat GPT to generate marketing content. So that way you don't have to think about what to say. You want to re-engage with a likely seller or some other event happened with them, you can just have it write an email, right? It can take all of the context, which is what prompt engineering does, is it puts context and additional data so it knows how to write whatever or how to accomplish the task that you've given it, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I see this evolution of this kind of industry going, is that you're going to see a lot of these point solutions that we've been tracking start to fade out to a degree because they're going to be like whatever cool thing that did, it's going to be consolidated into workflows or tools you're already using. So I think we're a good example of, if you are already using us or something like us to predict who's going to do something next or whatnot, or want to track your database or enhance it, or like the natural evolution is bring it in here, now add additional value to it. So that way, an individual user doesn't have to have 10 logins and learn 6 different UIs in order to do one thing, because that just doesn't scale.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before. So you mentioned infusing, right? So Chat GPT off the shelf, we've also joked about the hallucinations that happen, right? The imaginatory. If you ask Chat GPT to do something 10 times, you're going to get 10 different answers and they're all going to be imaginatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So elaborate on that a little bit. You said infuse. So what does infuse actually mean when you say Likely.AI's data?
Yeah, so hallucinations are what some people call the creative liberties that a large language model will take, because it's the probability of which word comes next, right? And so it can go all over the place with you. It doesn't have to be factual. Now, when we infuse it with our data, we're putting bumper rails on it to say, hey, stay within here. These are the things that are true about whatever the task is that you've been assigned to accomplish. By doing so, A, you're going to get much higher quality content. B, it can be factual. And C, it can even be compliant, right? So it needs to be HUD compliant or whatnot. Like if you asked for an article and for it to give you a Gary Keller quote, it's going to make it up. Yeah. It's not going to be like, oh, this is actually something that he said on stage somewhere. Yeah. Right. Like those are the places where you can quickly get off the rails if you want to have a blog post that you don't get in trouble for, or a listing description that's HUD compliant, or an email to a potential client about their property or listing or buying it that's actually about their property and like things around and that are impacting them.
Yeah. So we're all about, I think, when we talk about like on Real Estate Uncensored and marketing in general, it's all about speed. You as a real estate agent, as a small business owner, it's always about speed and how can you build things as you go and make your business better, stronger, faster, not be in the always planning stage, but actually taking action, right? So with Chat GPT, there's a lot of agents that are like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever, and are just using it but not necessarily thinking the process through and just taking everything that it says as 100% factual. And now they're putting their brand behind something that was a hallucination. I can't even say that because I'm hallucinating because I have lack of sleep in their business. So when Brad says bumper rails, and Brad's going to share a screen and kind of show you guys what we're talking about. I think real estate agents are one of the industries like right now that have to be very careful because of the HUD compliance and all the legalities that we actually have. So yes, if you're using Chat GPT right now to come up with 25 video ideas for your YouTube channel, like cool, creative liberties, let it run, put your own spin on it, that's fine. But if you're going to Chat GPT to write a listing description, or even Jasper to write a listing description, or other AI tools that don't have the factual data, you are in trouble, right? So we are hyper specific. So we have the eye on the real estate agent. We have the real estate agent's back and everything that we do, and we are the best at what we do for real estate. We are real estate artificial intelligence. So we're not claiming to be, we have the Chat GPT integration. We can give you the next 25 YouTube videos if you want, but we're going to give you really, really good templates made specifically for real estate that are useful right now, that you can feel more comfortable with clicking a button and knowing and having the confidence that we're compliant, the information's correct, and you don't have to necessarily worry about being a prompt engineer or a full-time editor to just completely always redo everything. So,
and even prompt engineers, guys, there's going to be hallucinations. So you can put as many as you want on there, but always put your editor hat on. It's going to do 98% of the writing for you. Go through, read it, tweak it for your brand, check factual pieces of it if you need, whatnot. So just take an extra 5 minutes before you publish. Just be a publisher. You don't need to be the writer anymore.
So let's show them a demo real quick. You got your screen? I don't see it at the bottom, but hit the present button.
Sure. Here we go. So what I'm going to show is
and ask us any questions. I know Adam House, if you're still hanging around, we have a question from you already. We'll answer some questions later, but I want to get through the demo real quick.
Yeah. So within the Likely.AI app, which you can find at my.likely.ai, and sign up for a free account and even get a trial. We also have some other fun things that we'll throw in here. We've added it in 2 places now for you, right? So when we first launched this, we just had an open, hey, if you want to use it like you do anywhere else, you had a free chat form, right? It was like, all right, it's in, it took almost no time. Some people think it's really hard. No, it was very simple to do. The next evolution for us was we wanted to have these actual templates for you. So if you want to write a listing, I want to list your home, or I want to buy your home, or here's a listing description that's compliant. We gave you the option to do this, and you can enter any address and it'll write it for you right here, right? The next step for us was to make this accessible for you outside of kind of siloed over here. So now you can come over here and I don't know, grab one of these guys that's gone up a little bit. And you used to have in these like side detail panels just a single piece. Now you actually have where we put these templates directly in context with this property. So you can pick any property you want, and you'll be able to now write, that listing email, or that I want to buy your home email, or that listing description from any contact in your Likely.AI platform is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Right? I was being really long-winded about it. So that's what now to kind of speed this up a little bit. We thought this was awesome, but we wanted to extend it to our partners, right? And so everyone that uses Follow Up Boss, we thought, how awesome would it be if we added also into Follow Up Boss? Well, now you have that as well. We just pushed this live. Nick, I'm using you, buddy.
Yeah.
But over on the right rail, if you have enabled the Likely.AI app and you have it expanded, right, and you have your account linked, which takes 2 minutes to do, you're going to see that now you have a new little link tab, right, which is marketing. So the same way I just showed you within the Likely.AI app, we brought all of that functionality all the way forward. So that way it's embedded inside a Follow Up Boss. So you click write a listing email, it writes it right here for you. All you have to do is click send an email. And as soon as it's done writing, you copy and paste it and send it. So Nick, I'm going to send you an email right now.
Nice.
As soon as it's done writing the piece. So it gives you a subject, right? And it gives you then a nice little bulleted email. So I literally, you can copy paste the whole thing with the little button here, but if you just want to go fast, go like that. And then we bring this in like this. And I think the subject is already there. So like that. And send. Right.
Bam.
And that's it. Now I just send an email about listing that home. It's that fast. It's that simple. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So, if you want to write a listing description, maybe this is a property you've already listed or getting ready to list, or you would like to list. There's a great idea. Some people want to send out listing descriptions as part of an email. Well, great. Copy it and throw it into a note. And save it. And now you have something that you can just, anytime that you want to come back, you can copy that and put it into something else. It doesn't matter. Like basically what used to take you a while to do, or you needed to go get an engineer book, a prompt engineer book, and copy paste this and fill in things, like we did all of that for you, and then told it to not use all those different words, or that to be HUD compliant. And now we found that 99% of the time it's compliant. Sometimes it still throws in little variations of certain words. So
Sure.
take a look at it before you send it. But the takeaway is you now have full context content creation through CHAT GPT and Likely.AI inside of Follow Up Boss, as well as within the Likely.AI app for any one of your contacts. And if you do want to just go ahead and have fun, go open up chat and start, asking for it to create TikTok videos for you. Happy to do that for you as well.
So unlimited chat, regular chat. So you don't have to worry about it being down or not logging in because it's overcrowded. You get unlimited chat when you have the app, which is, again, free trial to sign up. Or if you're already a member, you can have that access. But let's talk about the 3 templates. So you mentioned listing description. I want to sell your home as a real estate agent, and then investor template. Now, I'd like to hear comments from people who are watching or watch us on the replay. These are just the first templates that we launched, guys. This is not like the last templates that we're ever going to have. So we always want feedback from you guys. What would you like to see as a template? What other use case scenarios could we build out for you? Because we have teams that are building all that stuff out now, and Brad hasn't even shown the action items in Follow Up Boss, but we have a whole full system of automations on the back end too, with pre-written emails and sequences and all that too that we're building out. So when you look at Likely.AI right now, there's 2 different arms of it, right? There's the forward-facing app that you can have access to no matter what CRM you use. You just log in and you can use it. That could be your home database if you don't have a database, or the enterprise version, the refresh engine that's going to be embedded in all these different real estate CRMs. We just happened to pick Follow Up Boss first because they were the first partner that were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They happen to be one of the biggest real estate CRMs out there, but we have several others that we're going to integrate in with this year. I mean, heck, even in the next quarter of this year, right? We have several lined up. So this is what you're looking at right now. And so it's the forward-facing templates helping you with your marketing messages. It's helping you with your database, refreshing all your contacts to where you get all the information, all the data, and everything that you need at your fingertips. We predict who's going to be likely to sell. We monitor all the data that's in your inbox, and then we let you know. So, like, instead of having to guess or be on a 33 touch campaign or call your people every time you think they need to talk to you, we're just going to tell you inside the CRM. It's just going to say, hey, here's a notification that something about Nick's property just changed and you should probably reach out to him and call him. Or it automatically kicks off an email sequence that we have built for you to reach out to this person that their AVM score just went up or down or whatever. So it's really, really powerful. We're calling it pre-market intelligence. It's patented. It's really the future because, as you guys all know, if you've been in real estate for 5 minutes, you understand right now that the market is completely saturated. And when somebody goes to go on their buyer journey, all they have to do is go on Zillow, and there's 47 agents that are willing to go open the door in 5 minutes for them. So it's not about getting to the lead first. It's always been speed to lead up until this point. Now it's about having the pre-market intelligence to contact these people before they even go onto Zillow or any of these other portals, so that you can be the first person to go, "Hey, we haven't talked in a while. Let's go grab a cup of coffee." And they go, "Man, it's funny. I was just talking to Sue the other day, and we were thinking about selling our house. Yeah, let's go have that cup of coffee." Right?
Yep. And you get what you're going to notice in here is you might have seen this. I don't know if you're paying attention enough, guys, but like the first name might not be the name of this contact. That's because what we're addressing it to is the owner of the property. Okay. So that way you're not talking to the current resident, but you're talking to the owner of the property. And that's what the emails come back for. Like we want to connect you with the owner when it's coming from a real estate investment pitch, right? Especially if it's non-owner occupied, what this one happens to be. So if it's owner occupied, it's going to be that contact or the contact that lives there. If it's non-owner occupied, it's going to be to the owner, which again, that helps you get to who actually can sell the home.
Yeah. So Adam asked a question. I know we always tease at the end of a video. Unless do you have anything else that you want to touch on here? Or we've covered everything on the demo.
Yeah, so I do. The one thing that if you are a follow-up boss user, and we're kind of showcasing it because we think it's a really awesome integration, guys. Per Nick's point, please go and vote on our poll in our Facebook group if you haven't already. We really do take your what you guys say you want to integrate it next with. We march to that drum. And two, if you want to get started, if you haven't already created an account, we have an awesome get 50% off for your first 2 months. So there'll be a link in here or
I just posted that in the comments.
There you go. So if you guys click that, you create an account, verify it, and then you get the offers. You can just check out and you get not 1,000 contacts, but we bumped up to 2,000. So we're really trying to make this offer appealing because we know that AI needs to be adopted by this industry for the current practitioners to thrive. And this is the year that that's happening. So we don't want anyone left behind. We want to help all agents and teams.
And like you said, we bumped it from 1,000 contacts to 2,000 contacts based on your feedback, right? We heard from you guys in our Facebook group. And so, yeah, we decided to bump it up to 2,000 contacts. So yeah, we're actively listening, like Brad said, and we're making changes for you guys to make this as easy as possible. But yeah, so we always end each episode with what we're using right now besides Likely.AI. And Adam asked a question before about what is this? So are we using chat extension AIP RM? Do you know what that is?
We're using 3.5 turbo.
Yeah.
So 4.0 has been released to a select few, and they're going to be rolling that out. And there's all the ethical debate around, do they go further than that? So yeah, we have the most advanced version of CHAT GPT in production right now.
Nice.
And we didn't have to build a special extension, because of the way that we are utilizing their API. And then as far as when we're going public, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yes. When's Likely.AI going public?
Hey, man, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's take this to the public and let everyone enjoy the benefit of this. So what tool do we use, right? So there's a lot of writing tools out there right now. And my brother was walking through SF 2 weeks ago, and he took a picture and sent it to Nick and I, texted to us. He's like, hey, check out this. It was like a funny billboard, but it was for Writer.com. And I'm like, oh, I'll check it out, see what it is. We already use Jasper, AnyWord, and, Chat GPT itself, our integration. And I'm like, one of the flaws that I started to feel across these is that I had to keep reminding or training it on what our products are, or how we speak about the industry or products, and certain words we don't use or links that we want for it to remember. And that was one thing that Writer stood out. It was like $18. It was not expensive, but it did allow you to kind of bring in terms that you're allowed to use, or create snippets, or to create magic links about documents that you keep using. And so it was a little bit of a learning experience for me to kind of get used to utilizing it. But I think we wrote, one of these, like, let's see. You can kind of see how it helps us write. What is this, a press release? I don't remember which one this is. but it's kind of cool. Let's goes through and says, okay, you know, what are you looking to do? Do you have any suggestions? Like, is there anything that, okay, so it has a bunch of issues with my writing, basically, right? Asking if it's grammatically correct, or do we want to use that word, and what I thought was great is that it learned the products, and so apply this to a brokerage and a team, right? Not to a tech company, right? If you have certain, you know, slogans or sites you always send people to, or kind of a brand that comes through your writing, um, very quickly writer.com can learn that, or you can tell it, or it's kind of in the settings, and that way you or your marketing specialist or a new hire can come in and join the team. Maybe it's a buyer specialist or a seller specialist, and they're starting to do blog posts and everything. Like, it'll be on brand. So it lowers your risk of sounding either you know, off brand, or like you don't know what you're talking about, or sending people to wrong places with links to things that don't matter. So I liked that. I didn't have to kind of retrain it. And again, we don't have an affiliate agreement or anything like that. This is purely, hey, another kind of cool tool out there that if you have that problem about where your brand, you kind of feel like when you're using Chat GPT directly, you have to keep retelling it, you know, what to do. This is a good option to check out. It might satisfy what you need.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's the next evolution of AI, right? Is the training of it, customized for your own personal. And so this app is already forward facing because Chat GPT is cool, but it's cool for everyone. So why not, if you're going to actually utilize the software, why not use something like this that can actually train it to speak more towards your voice?
Jeff just asked about text. Yes. So we do have several templates that we created. So ones for Follow Up Boss include text messages. In our first iteration that we pushed live in our existing templates do not, but that will be coming soon to where you can have a text campaign. So you can see here, email, text, email, text, email. So this is a 90-day, hey, let's just stay in touch with them. Don't be overly salesy, don't be aggressive, but be helpful and informed. So yes, writing text is definitely something we can do, and it'll be, Jeff, you know, because you asked, it's going to be in one of the next templates that we publish into our library, which will continue to expand. And so we maybe need to put like a feedback piece in here somewhere where you can do it right there. Actually, gives feedback. I'll add a category for template recommendation, and just submit it. That's it. Like, if there's a template you want, give me about 5 minutes after this show, and it'll be there for you guys. So please tell us what you want.
Adam says he wants personal support if we go into KV Core next, specifically both of us, maybe Greg or Terry.
We are KV Core Inside Real Estate. Pick which word you want to use for that company. You know, we are talking with them. You know, we're talking with them. We're talking with Sync. We're talking with KW Command. We're talking with MoxieWorks. We're talking with the big guys, the ones that you guys have already voted and said you want. So we initiated some business development conversations, and some companies, everyone does their integrations a little bit differently, just to kind of pull the sheet back a little bit for a sec. And so some are much easier to do. Others require specific partnership agreements with, you know, lawyers spending hundreds of hours to review together.
Too much time, yeah.
Exactly. So just know that, you know, those are 3 or 4 that we are looking at in this quarter. And we plan to have at least 2, you know, barring anything that blocks us from business development. If they say, yeah, let's do it, and there's not a ton of legal work around it, our team technically is ready to do it.
It is likely, pun intended, he says.
Yeah. But yeah, so guys, I mean, what do we take away from this is that what we have today, we believe is the right product market fit for what happens next, right? We continue to be in front of where everyone else has been. So we're the first to have GPT, truly GPT in Follow Up Boss, to have it embedded with context specific content generation, have it integrated with a proprietary model, which is our core. And what you're going to see out of us is acceleration in integrating easier ways for you to take the intelligence and capitalize on it through content creation and through distribution through partners. So it's where you are. Like we started this off with, these point solutions that popped up for GPT. I believe you're gonna see a lot of those go away from this crowded marketplace, and they're gonna be consolidated either into something brand new that they all buy them in because they're backed by a PE firm or something like that, or you're gonna see all that functionality go into Excel or Google Sheets, or to the point where you don't need to pay for a plugin or an extra thing if it's part of your daily work. And that's what we want to be for the real estate industry, is that if you want intelligence to power your business and your marketing, we're here to help.
Love it. All right, guys, if there's no other questions, if you do watch us on the replay, put hashtag replay. If you're watching this anywhere other than our Facebook group, check out our Facebook group, AI Empowered Agents. We go live here. We also go live in there and answer any questions you have. Ongoing support inside that Facebook group. Again, there's a link down below. If you don't have a trial, go ahead and start a free trial. And Brad is laughing, so I feel like Adam said something funny again.
An arm wrestling.
If I beat Brad in arm wrestling match, what does he say? Do I get 6 months free?
Absolutely.
I don't know, Brad's pretty lean, dude. I don't know if you want to take him up on that.
I used to be into bodybuilding a lot, guys. Now I've got dad bod 100%. Yeah. So I think your odds are pretty good, Adam. But I'll take you up on it whenever I see you. No problem. Let's do it, man.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We will be live again next Thursday. If you need us in between, again, join the Facebook group. We appreciate everybody for watching. Let us know in the comments what templates you would like to see, whether it's email or text. We are actively listening, and we look forward to serving you guys in all major CRMs in the future moving forward.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Take care.